Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm Mar, and today we continue our climb through this game. We're going to take the stairs this time, since we took the elevator last time. Hopefully there'll be some funny dialogue for this. Because if not, it'll just waste some extra time.
Shitting me.
Nope. We're a lot less likely to get caught this way.
But a lot more likely to die of boredom.
Yeah. It'll be a climb.
Nothing to it.
Well, at least it ain't a race. Small blessing.
I think Barrett's the most intimidated here because he's got the most weight. I mean, look at those giant arms.
More security and restrictions. It's not gonna get any easier.
We're gonna be exhausted by the time we finally get to the top.
As long as you pace yourself, you'll be fine.
Maybe we should take a quick break.
Come on, Barrett.
Oh man, the turning of this is
You can stop if you want. Can even say it's for me.
Just say you can't hack it.
I'll hack you, jackass.
Oh, that's enough from both of you. Stupid arguments aren't gonna get us there faster.
But Tifa, I wasn't...
Not now. Save it for the top.
that. If you notice, I'm going slower. That's the game. And I think that's a nice touch. Having even Cloud get tired. Although again, that doesn't really match with everything with the rest of the game, but whatever.
Labs and shit are all the way at the very top.
Yep. The very top.
That's good to know.
Hey, we're almost halfway there, Barrett.
Cloud, keep an eye on Barrett.
Copy.
What was that? I don't think I heard you. Speak up.
I'll keep an eye on Barrett.
Thanks for the assist.
Whatever.
I didn't realize that it had been showing me what floor everyone was on. It's got that's nice. That's a nice touch. Yes, now come on, Barrett, you can do it. Let's go, Barrett.
I said, wait up.
I'm like a couple of feet in front of you. Okay, here, I'll let Barrett stay like just right in front of me. Also, I like how Tifa is pacing herself because she's not outpacing us too badly. Like if she'd kept going at the rate she was, she'd be more than
Just a few floors behind you.
like she's only 5 floors above us right now, but she could be a lot further ahead.
You're sounding better.
Think I've got like a stair climber's high.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, doing this was worth it. This is amusing. Like how Tifa waited for us. It's really, really nice of her.
You tired?
I was. But I'm feeling okay now.
Yeah.
What are we
Why am I
waiting
going
for?
so slow?
Let's roll.
You really are doing better.
We gotta keep moving. To keep moving.
It's not gonna let me go any faster, huh?
Hard to argue with that. Let's go.
I wonder if this changes the scene later with the mayor. Because last time he chastised us for scaring some people in engineering, but we won't be now. Also, why can't I go any faster? This is stop being funny. Cloud, we're 2 floors behind Barrett.
But tell me, these stairs, are these stairs ever gonna end?
If I just stand for a second, will Cloud go faster?
I don't think the stairs are talking.
Well,
Nope.
duh.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, duh.
I was joking.
That's enough from both of you.
Just 14 more floors. I just wish we could go at a faster pace. Gotta say, I identify with them. I once took an amount of stairs classified as way too many instead of taking an elevator once, just to see what it was like, and no.
Give me a suicidal last stand. At least that'd have an end.
Let's shut up.
Why?
Because wishing for trouble might bring it.
Yep. And you're in no state to fight anyway.
So, what should I do?
Shut up and move.
Our Cloud's slowing down even more. I do not approve. Cloud slowing down even more. Come on, buddy. Just 6 floors left. Come on, Cloud. You can do it. Do it, buddy. You've got this. You good, Barrett? That stair climber side weren't wearing off, huh? You can do it, Barrett.
Sucks. I want to go back.
Well, only
You wanna
4
go
more
down all those
floors.
stairs you just climbed?
What if Barrett actually started going back down, though? What if he was actually that insane from climbing so many stairs?
Another day, another struggle. Climbing stairs, so much trouble.
It's really bad now. Barrett's resorting to singing to keep his spirits up. But hey, the last floor is right here.
Cloud, slow down. Cloud, slow down.
Yeah, I left you 1 floor behind. You'll live. We made it. They look like they need a bench. But it's okay. Only Claude will sit in it when we find it.
The real challenge starts now. Okay, let's go.
Yep. Onward we go. And
70, 80.
this scene looks to be the same, so we're just gonna skip it. At least I don't imagine it changes. Emergency stairwell. Done. Okay. And now we can go back to just running around without a care in the world. Okay. That's not skippable. Really unfortunate, isn't
You
it?
must be here for visitors have
I really
you
don't
proceed
care.
By the exit, thereby allowing, and now begin.
Why is this whole thing?
I don't know about you.
You think everything's going?
Yeah, I do.
Ha! If it is, then bring it on.
I mean, Tifa's not wrong. Everything is going too well. It's definitely suspicious. It's just not suspicious for the reason she thinks it is.
This is Shinra HQ. The hell did you expect?
Says the former company man himself. Guess you know about all the rules, regulations, and red tape. It's like coming home, huh?
Yes. Every reactor, every pillar.
I remember what
Like
this
I
scene was.
said, a full inspection.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out, presumably, where else they have things in place to just drop entire sections. It's really interesting how many games
Cheer up a little.
Man thinks very highly of himself.
but
Everybody, how's the grand tour? I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Wasn't it fun to learn about Shinra
Not
and our
really.
esteemed president? And to get a peek at the president's mementos? That was super cool.
so something I really find weird is how games haven't not I have to interact with something in here. Let me through the next door, please.
Now, moving along.
There we
The
go.
next exhibit will teach you about the important work we do here by giving you a closer look at each of our divisions. I hope you're ready to be amazed because you simply won't.
But yeah,
believe
so
all the
it's
exciting
very
adventures
interesting
we
how
have
many
here.
games still maintain this
Because we've destroyed a bunch of them already.
distinction between how scenes work and how gameplay works. And it's a distinction that started because of technical limitations,
Impressive,
right?
Wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed learning about our divisions and the wonderful ideas and
Like,
solutions
certain
that are
games
produced to
are
benefit us
just,
all. Here at Shinra,
you know,
we strive to
certain
ensure
story.
the
Like,
safety
take the
of our
original Final
residents
Fantasy
around the
VII.
clock.
It wasn't possible to have this kind of interactive experience. Turn-based combat was the compromise. And so they didn't have to worry about having what the characters could do in scenes and what the characters could do in combat be the same. It wasn't a concern because they were already making such a large how to put this, they're already making such a large distinction between them because of the technological limitation of needing to do turn-based combat anyway, because, you know, other options just weren't available. And that's how most turn-based games started, right? Like, that's why games are turn-based, is like that started as a
Congratulations! You now moving. Please proceed to the 61st
Uh,
floor, the Visual Entertainment Hall.
it started
Welcome
as
to the
a
Visual Entertainment Hall, where we
technical
showcase Shinra's
limitation.
cutting-edge technology
um
through an immersive visual and audio experience.
where it just wasn't possible, feasible, or worth it to do something else. It wasn't worth the effort. It put too many limitations to try and not do turn-based on older games, right? That's why games did it. It's why they
Congratulations!
took
You're
after
next.
games like Dungeons and Dragons and things like that to it's why they took after games like that, because they were dealing with those technical limitations. And it's really interesting now that games have those technical limitations lifted, that they still keep that distinction between what characters can do in story scenes and what characters can do during combat so different. And that's something that really bothered me.
If you think you've found the you got it now?
Oh wow, that skipped that whole sequence. Okay then. Well, I guess I don't get to find out if his dialogue changed. Whoops. I'm certainly not spending the time to walk up those stairs again. I did not expect it to skip that whole sequence.
I still can't believe the mayor is working with Avalanche.
Would have been nice to know. Idiots at HQ should have kept us in the loop.
Anyway, go this way. Right. But yeah, it's definitely something that I wish that games didn't, that so many games didn't keep that large distinction when they're going for more realistic combat systems.
It's pretty late, but I bet people are still
If you're gonna have a more realistic combat system, it'd be nice if that if the
Stay focused.
characters' abilities in combat reflected in what they did outside of scenes. Like, for example, there's in Kingdom Hearts 3, there are several scenes where they're like surrounded by Heartless or whatever, and I'm like, I have so many abilities that would deal with this if these guys actually had health
They
bars.
look busy.
Like, if they actually had health bars, this would be an easy problem to solve. But I don't get that opportunity. And a similar thing happens in a lot of games where they go, where there are enemies where it doesn't quite. Whoops. Mouse screen.
I think we just need to start talking to people who look the part.
Remember,
I think he's on the second floor.
If they say the best, then we have a winner.
The hell's that?
Combat sim. You can use it to train for.
Anyway,
battle
hey,
in
we
virtual
made it to the
space.
combat sim, which means we're gonna be here for a couple episodes.
You work here?
The mayor.
Is the best. I was told to expect that.
That's right.
Before I trust you with...
Say what?
Do you know what will prove you're worth it? We have a state-of-the-art If you beat the sim, then the key card is all yours.
Anyway, yeah, let's go beat the sim real quick. And like a lot of times people will get hurt in scenes and no one will even try healing magic. Like, that's happened in this game. And it's like, yeah, sure, except that, you know, maybe the healing magic isn't going to be strong enough to save them because their wound is just that bad, but like, to not even try it? Like, that just feels like such a disconnect from the way the gameplay operates. And having that big of a disconnect between the two feels really weird. Anyway, this guy's gonna get not staggered because I got knocked away by his friend. Look at that, you jerk. Couldn't do much about the other guy, but you don't get to hit me. At the moment, at least. Tifa, go ahead and Star Shower it. Anyway, this one's just about done. There we go. Next. So weird to be fighting enemies on normal difficulty again. Like, honestly, feels wrong. Anyway, but yeah, it's it's this disconnect between story and combat, story and gameplay that just feels so weird in a lot of games these days. And you'll really feel it if you play a game where there's not as big of a disconnect. Like, for example, what made me realize that other games, like, what makes me really feel it when other games don't allow players to use their abilities is, like, in Final Fantasy 13, you see characters just use their abilities frequently throughout it.
I've seen enough here.
They just use
We
magic
came to get one of our
during
Access to
scenes,
R&Ds.
like
We'll find
it's
a way.
nothing.
A board meeting it's being held.
Which is
in-
funny because you can actually get to those scenes technically without ever using magic,
We need to find out what
So you wanna
because
find
people
you
are
find the
insane and do
evidence
crazy things like beating Final Fantasy 13 without any Crystarium at all. And oh man, whoever does that, they are insane. Just so we're clear, don't trust them, they're insane. But their insanity aside, it's definitely a okay, yeah. How am I supposed to do Aerith versus soldier trainings? When in the world can I possibly come back here with Aerith? Is it possible to come back down here once you have Aerith? Is that an option? I'll do all the ones that don't require Aerith for right now. I'm just very confused at the fact that that's an option. Oh yeah, I should have equipped fire, huh? Oh, he has fire, right. Oh, well, I did not outrun that. I tried. Yeah, that's right. I'm a frog that does front flips. What about it? Okay, maybe I should be a frog that defends. Actually, these guys don't really hurt me all that much, so... Yeah, my stats are a little higher than yours, buddy. Sorry. That's the reality. This is a JRPG. Once my stats are higher than yours, it's over. I hate to break it to you, but them's the rules. That's just how it works. It doesn't matter that you're a mighty prince. It's kind of irrelevant. Interesting. It says he's pressured, but he did not take extra stagger from that. Yeah, well, joke's on you, buddy. I have focus shot here to stagger you. Eat that. Eat some maximum fury. Barrett's fury is at the maximum or something, I guess. But, yeah, it's definitely, like... And then, like, so back to Tales of Graces, because it's an amazing game in a lot of ways. It's a major plot point that certain players can heal and others can't. Like that's directly tied to the plot. Who can heal and who can't. Like, there's direct plot reasons for it. I don't remember any, like, any too overt moments where I was like, give me the option to actually fight here and I would totally destroy the enemy. Although there is one fight that's obnoxiously unwinnable. To the point that if you're winning, so it's unwinnable, but the enemy has an HP bar. So you know how it'd be. You know, you try and win anyway because you're stubborn like that, right? If you do try and do that, then you discover that that when you lower that enemy's HP bar to 0, it becomes question mark, which is totally cheating. And then they do the Tails equivalent of a limit break all over your face, and then just keep fighting you if that doesn't manage to kill you. Yeah, well, just keep shooting, I guess. Yeah, the last hit did hit him. Cool. Oh, no thank you. I would like to not be hit by that, thanks. Would you like some Fury instead? Yeah, that's right. This is, it's gonna take a while, isn't it? Yeah, this is gonna take a bit. Weak against fire, right? Just throw fire at it. Yeah, that's right. Mostly to speed this up. Eat some fire. Now fire ga.
Like playing with fire.
Yeah. Now eat some more fire.
Oh, this is gonna burn.
Easy. Or wins every time. Okay. Gonna have to remember to equip Tifa with fire before I have her do this. Or it's going to take way longer than I would like it to. Need that, jerk. Would you like to get hit with a gun? You would? Great. So I have plenty of bullets just for you, buddy. Don't worry. Got more bullets for you. So many bullets. Can't even express how many bullets I in fact have for you. But yeah, so like it's always frustrating in games when what characters can do in and out of scene isn't synced up at least somewhat. Like, it doesn't have to be like one for one. It's just like, you know, if someone's bleeding out and I have a healing spell, I should be using it, right? Like, you know, if someone is grievously wounded and all my people are gonna go, oh no, they're dying, like, why is no one at least trying to cast healing on them? Like, the default should be, if you want that character to die, to try and cast healing on them and have it not work because they're too badly wounded or something like that. To simply sit there and say, oh no, we're not even gonna try and heal you. Like, what? Sitting over here crying over this person's corpse, you're not even attempting a healing spell? Like, it's a little different if when you get to them, they're like already like dead and you're in a game like this one where you can't actually revive people, you can only bring them back from unconsciousness, then yeah, that makes more sense because they're dead. But like the scenes that Cloud had with Biggs, Jesse, and Wedge falling down and getting hurt, like, and no one's casting healing magic, no one's trying to do anything, it creates this weird disconnect, right? Because, like, if you care, why aren't you trying to save them? You have the ability, you have healing abilities, I use them on a regular basis, so why aren't you using them? It's that kind of problem. And, like, this isn't like a Final Fantasy VII Remake specific thing. This is like, it's particularly prevalent in JRPGs, but happens in a lot of story-based things. And just to be clear, it doesn't always happen in that direction. There are times in games that I've played where when, you know, and I'm sure you've played some that are like this too, where in the last sequence, as things are really looking dark, the character uses a power that they haven't had for the entire duration of the game, and that sure would have been helpful to be using beforehand, and they just do it with no explanation. And what? How? Why? Where'd that come from? And you know, like that happens in games sometimes. So like it's just as bad to be doing it the other way around. Cloud and Barret. If I could, I would just take Barret Aerith, but I don't have Aerith. So
Take the lead.
About damn time.
anyway. Yeah, I just got a lot of bugaboos. Joke's on them though, because I have Maximum Fury, so a fair amount of them are about to, you know, exit the world of the living. And also, there's not enough of them to actually hurt me, anyway. Not with my stats anymore. After this one, that'll be the... After this set, that'll be the end of the episode.
Don't overdo it.
Between episodes, I'll look up when you can come back here with Aerith. Or if it's like if it's a chapter select thing. Or something. I don't know. Because I definitely don't have Aerith in my party right now. So like, apparently there's some way to get here and use Aerith. Don't know what it is. So like, Cloud's only purpose here really is to distract the enemy. And I guess occasionally throw a heal on Barret. Because he really can't do anything else in this situation. Like, it's not his fault. It's... These guys are flying and they move around a lot. That's Cloud's weakness, right? Should have designated Barret as the leader. Would have made this easier if I had. Eat this, jerk. That's unfortunate that it still did the charge action after being interrupted, because I wouldn't have chosen to do it had it given me the option. Unfortunately, it did not. It just declared that I was in fact still doing that. Oh well.
It's on you.
Anyway, yeah, I just got some weak elite helitroopers. They're weak because because all of these are only on normal difficulty, not hard, so. Off with you, stupid helitroopers. Get out of here. But yeah, it's definitely, I'm trying to think of examples of games that do it really well. I mean, obviously there's games like Dark Souls and other games like that that just don't have a lot of scenes, and like that's kind of cheating, right?
Take the lead.
Like they don't have scenes in the first place really, so like obviously they don't have a disconnect between scene and gameplay because they do everything in gameplay, and that's what Oh, so this actually ties in really well to another problem I've noticed in games, which is context actions that aren't thought through very well. So it's a related problem. So games have been more focused on having gameplay that does match up, and the easiest way to do that is to simply not have special scenes in the first place. Do everything in the gameplay engine. Completely get rid of scenes in their entirety. And some games have been doing that, and for some games it's worked out pretty well. But in those, I've noticed an interesting tendency. Oh, it absorbs magic. I definitely forgot that it did that. Would you like some fury? Because you're getting some fury. There we go. Got it pressured. Though it's still flying, so you know. Barrett's the only one who can do anything to it still. Doesn't really matter because it got staggered. And there's the victory. But anyway, so like some games that works out really well for, but others cover, like they're like, oh, we need the character to do this at this time, so they like put in a specific context action for it. The problem is when they don't think that through, and then there are other times where I would have wanted to do that context action that I can't. And a lot of games that go completely without scenes suffer from that, because it's like, well, I find a similar situation, I want to do that action, but there's no context action for it there. Because it wasn't intended. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.